Hello everyone, my name is Joseph Marcus and I'm here at San Diego Comic-Con with artist Gustavo Duarte. And Gustavo Duarte is the artist on a new book for DC's Young Adults line. It's the Dear Justice League. So Gustavo, pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here.
My pleasure.
So let's get started. Let's talk about Dear Justice League. What can you tell us about this book and how did you come to be involved with this project?
It's a book. The basic idea of the book is to have the kids writing to the heroes and asking things, normal things and weird things and a lot of things. But what the things that have in common is about how the superheroes are normal like us, and like the kids. And I can't wait to leave because it's and you would it off. Okay.
You know, we're just gonna play it fast and loose here. That's how we're gonna do it. So things happen. We're on the show floor, so we just gotta roll with it.
Yeah, but
I know we got Arrow back here. But please continue.
Yeah. Well, the kids are asking normal stuff to the superheroes, and then we can see them like normal people. What they do, if they do something wrong, if they smell strange, if they go to places that they cannot go with. So the nice idea, I think, from the script, Michael's script, is about that. It's putting the superheroes in the normal world. They still super, but they are normal. That's the basic idea.
Right, and I think even though it's a young adults title, I feel like that's a big part of the charm of the book is I think even for older readers, they really appreciate having that opportunity to really see their heroes and the human side. You know, for example, like, you know, the first story in the book, the Superman, you know, and how he talks to, you know, the kid, like, do you ever mess up? And Superman kind of releases him. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Like, coming into the project, did you guys really want to focus on the, you know, just in a way, it's yes, it's a young adults book, but it's also we still want to appeal to like the older audiences and.
I think it's a book it's a book for kids, but it's a book that everybody can read.
Right.
It's a book that different from normal superhero stories that you need to know everything about the superhero and other characters and what has happened in their life for the last 5 years and 5 years of books. It's a book that we have the superheroes like we used to see, and they are there, and it's for everybody. It's not only for kids. To me, I looked at the book in this way. Sure, it's for kids, but it's for everyone. It's a light story. It's fun. It's bright. It's nice.
So let me ask you a little bit about yourself and about your personal life. What is kind of like what kind of got you into drawing? Like what got you to get started in drawing? As
every artist, I've been drawing since I was born. So the only difference from illustrator and a person who does not draw is that the drawings are still drawing since I was a kid. I always liked to. I was a kid that was reading comics, watching cartoons, drawing a lot, and I don't know, when I was 7 or 6, I looked and said, I want to do this when I grown up.
Okay.
I remember I was with my mother watching a documentary about Charlie Schultz. He is one of my big idols. And I looked to my mother and say, I want to do this when I grow up. And come from that, I used to love to read the Peanuts. I love to read Calvin and Harold.
Yes, yes. It's a big figure for me,
Harold,
too.
no, because in Brazil it's Calvin and Haroldo. Here's Calvin and Hobbes.
I'm sorry, in Brazil it's
Calvin and Haroldo.
Haroldo.
Haroldo, like Harold.
Very similar, but
Similar, but Hobbes here.
Right,
The right name is Calvin Hobbes. Reading Mad Magazine, that's a huge influence for me. Sergio Aragonés,
Yes.
and the other guys. So I was always drawing and loving this stuff. And I want to tell my stories, to draw, to write, and it's something that I've been doing since I was 6,
Yeah.
7. You know.
So you mentioned your mother there for a bit. You know, was her and your family, were they very supportive of getting into the arts? And they're like, 'cause you said at a very young age you wanted to do this for a living, so they're like,
Yeah,
please go.
Yeah,
You know,
I think when I said that, my mother thought, okay,
really
nice, but you are only 6, 7.
Yeah.
You're not do this. You're do another thing. I think I should. But all the time, since I was a kid, my mother and my father always give me free support. Said, do whatever you want to do, but do it right and do it hard.
Work hard.
Work hard. So it was nice because I never had a mother or a father saying, no, you need to be a doctor, you need to be an engineer, you need to be I don't know what. So the only thing they want me to do is work, and I'm here working. So they're happy.
Awesome. Yeah. So were your parents also like, were they kind of big into, you know, comic books or the arts or drawing, anything like that, or were they kind of, you know, just,
No, they are not. They read my stuff.
Yeah, they're big fans of you.
yeah, I think they are a little.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are.
But they don't read comics. They don't. They used to do when they were younger, but they don't do a lot.
So let me ask you now. Let's focus a little bit like on like DC Comics. Like, kind of what was your introduction to the world of DC Comics? Like, what did you kind of read or maybe watch or a movie, or what was it that kind of introduced you to the world?
I used to read, but the stronger thing for me was the Super Friends.
Super Friends.
Because I'm a guy who grown up in the 80s.
Yes.
So we had these shows at TV in Brazil, like here, sure. And it was huge to me because we love it. Super Friends and after Superpowers. I have the action figures of Superpowers.
You still have them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still have. So I think that was the most important thing I start to like the DC characters. But I used to read too. I used to read more Batman and Lobo. I love Lobo. I love
Is he just
Lobo.
one of your favorite characters out of DC?
Yes. My favorite characters at DC are Joker and Lobo.
Okay. So what is it about Lobo that you love so much about? Like, what do you love about
It's
him?
awesome.
Yeah? Just awesome?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Just like this larger-than-life, gregarious personality?
He kill everybody. He's nice. He's a nice guy. I don't know.
I mean, he did wipe out his entire race.
His entire planet.
Yeah,
I don't know if we still can have these in this strange world that we are living now, that nothing we can do. But as I said, I am from the 80s.
Right.
I remember to read Lobo in the 80s, in the 90s, and it was just fun. And the drawings were incredible, and the scripts are nice. I still love Lobo.
So you mentioned Joker and Lobo. Now, do you favor the villains more so than the heroes?
I think so.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. The villains are much better. I like Batman. As I said, I think the DC character that I read more in my life, it was Batman. I read Dark Knight when I was 8 or 9, and that changed my idea of comics.
Frank Miller's Dark Knight,
Yes. I said, man, that's awesome. But the feelings are much better. Joker is incredible. Penguin's nice. Riddler, everybody in Batman, they are much much fun. I like the humor of the things, so I prefer the villains.
Right. Well, maybe since you just did this work on Dear Justice League, maybe you can talk to the people, and maybe you can get a Dear Legion of Doom book going. Maybe the kids could write
In fact, we will have the Dear Supervillains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Next year.
Next year.
Next
Okay.
year we have Dear Supervillains.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, as we start to close here, let me just ask you this: kind of like your art, as an artist, like, what do you think? Like, what maybe sort of emotions or ideas or things about yourself personally are you trying to express through your artwork and the things that you do?
That's a deep question. I don't know if I can.
Well, I love to ask artists
yeah.
these kinds of things.
Yeah. As I talked in the beginning, the idea to work with comics for me is to tell my stories, to tell the things that I think it's nice to tell. It's fun or nice or horror stories. So I won't tell stories. That's the idea, to have my drawing work in comics. I don't know if it's too deep as you ask, but that's the idea, to tell stories, tell things that I have in my head, to work with this, as we are talking about DC Comics, work with these characters that they are in everybody, in the life of everybody for, I don't know, the last 80 years, 70 years.
Nice.
So it's nice to can have this in your hands. That's a good thing to do.
Well, I think that's a good way to end this interview. Thank you so much, Gustavo, for taking the time.
I appreciate it.
And we wish you the best of luck on your future projects and the Supervillains book upcoming. We wish you success on that. All right.
Thank you
very much. All right.